You ever have that feeling that your internal battery just doesn't hold a charge like it used to? Well, I'm here to tell you it is not your imagination. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the science of why we lose so much energy as we get older. And more importantly, we're going to look at the groundbreaking research on how we might just be able to flip the switch and recharge our very cells. Let's get right into it. First up, a pretty staggering fact. By the time we hit our later years, the amount of our body's most critical power source has dropped by about 60%. Think about that. That's more than half of your cellular energy, just gone. So you see, this isn't just about feeling a little more tired in the afternoon. We are talking about a full-blown energy crisis happening inside every single one of your cells. But here's the good news. This is actually a problem we're learning how to solve. And the very first step is to figure out the central mystery. Where is all that energy actually going? To solve that mystery, we've got to meet the molecule at the absolute center of this whole story. This is our body's ultimate power broker. It's called NAD+, or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide if you want to be formal. And honestly, without it, life would literally grind to a halt. You can think of it like the tiny rechargeable battery that every one of your cells relies on for thousands of different jobs. Everything from turning your lunch into usable fuel to keeping your DNA code safe and sound. And believe me, NAD+ is busy. I mean, it is not a one-trick pony. Just look at this. It's essential for energy, it's the fuel for the crew that repairs our DNA, it helps switch on our longevity genes, and it even plays a role in managing inflammation. So here's the bottom line. When your NAD+ levels start to drop, all of these crucial systems really start to feel the strain. Which, of course, brings us to the crime scene. If NAD+ is so incredibly important, why on earth do we lose so much of it? Well, it turns out there are a couple of culprits inside our own cells that are staging a heist. And look, this isn't just a theory. You can measure it. In our younger years, our NAD+ levels hover around, say, 50 units. But by the time we're in our 60s and older, they've crashed down to just 20. That's that 60% drop we were talking about. This right here, this is the evidence of the crime. Now, culprit number one is actually a good guy who's been put in a really tough spot. These are called PARPs, and they're your DNA's emergency repair crew. As we get older, our DNA just naturally takes more hits from daily life, so this PARP repair crew has to go into overdrive, working 24/7. And the problem? Their main source of fuel is NAD+. They just gobble it up, consuming huge amounts and draining the cell's resources just to keep up with the repairs. And then there's culprit number two, an enzyme called CD38. Its activity goes way up with something scientists have started calling inflammaging. You know, that chronic, low-level inflammation that just seems to creep up as we age. The more inflammation you have, the more CD38 you have. And CD38 absolutely devours NAD+. It basically punches a hole in your cellular battery, letting the power leak out way faster than you can recharge it. Okay. So we've got an energy crisis on our hands, caused by overworked repair crews and inflammatory leaks. So the million-dollar question is, can we actually patch those leaks and recharge the whole system? Well, science is pointing us toward a pretty direct route, a fast lane restoring our cellular power. Now, the two main players on the field for boosting NAD+ are called NMN and NR. They're both what we call precursors, which basically means they're the raw building blocks for NAD+. NR is a type of vitamin B3, and it's been studied in people for a bit longer. But NMN, well, NMN is structurally just one single step away from becoming NAD+ in the body's recycling process, and that has made it a huge focus of recent research. And a huge reason for all that focus is this totally groundbreaking discovery. For years, scientists couldn't quite figure out how NMN got into our system so efficiently. And then they found it, the SLC12A transporter. Think of it like a dedicated high-speed doorway, a VIP entrance in our gut that just ushers NMN right into our bloodstream. This discovery was a game changer. It explained everything. And this timeline really shows you just how fast that VIP entrance works. Within just 2 to 3 minutes of taking NMN, it's already in your bloodstream. That's incredible. And within 15 to 30 minutes, it's already being converted into NAD+ inside your tissues, ready to get to work powering up your cells. Now that is what I call a fast lane to cellular energy. So that all sounds fantastic in a lab, but this is where the rubber meets the road. What actually happens when we give these boosters to real people? Let's take a look at what the human clinical trials are telling us. All right, the first thing you need to know is that the results in humans are definitely promising, but
They're more nuanced than some of the mind-blowing results we've seen in mice. While we know NMN reliably boosts NAD+ levels in people, the actual health benefits we see seem to be more specific and targeted. So what do these targeted benefits actually look like? Well, let's break it down. For healthy men over 65, trials saw improvements in walking speed and grip strength, real-world boosts to everyday physical function. In amateur runners, it led to better aerobic capacity and more endurance. One of the most significant findings was in pre-diabetic women, where NMN boosted their muscle insulin sensitivity by a whopping 25%. And one really fascinating study found that it nearly doubled the length of telomeres, those little protective caps on our DNA. But we also have to be realistic. In some areas, like building new muscle mass in older adults, the impact was pretty minimal. So the science is compelling, for sure. The next logical question is, how do we apply all this knowledge? Let's put together a practical action plan based on what we've just learned. First, let's clear up some recent confusion you might have heard about. A little while back, in late 2022, the FDA created a bit of a legal gray area for NMN, which caused a lot of market confusion. But fast forward to September 2025. After some significant legal challenges, the agency reversed that position. So here's the bottom line for you. NMN is confirmed as a lawful dietary supplement in the US. That's a huge deal, and it clears the way for consumers. Now, if you do decide to consider a supplement, please remember that quality is everything. You want to look for third-party lab reports confirming at least 99% purity. And don't forget, NMN is a bit sensitive. Crystalline forms tend to be more stable, and you absolutely must store it properly. That means keeping it in a cool, dark place, the fridge is ideal, to stop it from breaking down into a much less effective compound. But let's be crystal clear about something. No supplement is a magic bullet. As this says, our daily habits are just as, if not more, influential. Lifestyle is king. Things like strength training and cardio are probably the most powerful ways to naturally boost your body's own production of NAD+, so you should always think of supplements as a support system, not a substitute for those healthy habits. So, where does all of this leave us? Well, we are standing at a really pivotal moment in our understanding of the biology of energy and, well, of aging itself. I think the core takeaway from all this research is this: that energy decline we all feel as we get older isn't just some inevitable fate we have to accept. It's a systems failure. It's a system with identifiable causes, with leaks. And for the very first time, science is handing us the tools and the knowledge to start patching those leaks and actively recharging our cellular batteries. And that leaves us with one final, pretty powerful question to think about. What if we shift our entire focus? Instead of just chasing a longer lifespan, just adding more years to our life, what if the real goal is to enhance our health span? What if it's about adding vibrant, youthful energy back into the very cells that make us who we are? Because that is the future this science is pointing towards.